What's up, everybody? This is Corey at Operation Overhaul, and today we're going to be working on a 91 Honda Accord, and we're going to be changing the power steering pump on this. So if you would, just stay tuned and jump on. Alright, like I said, we're going to be changing the power steering pump on this, and it's leaking out of the actual pump itself. As you can see right here, there's power steering fluid all over my finger, and it's coming out of the bottom of the pump. So we're going to be changing that, and first thing we need to do is get this power steering belt off right here. So to take the power steering belt off, there is a tensioner on the back side, and then you need to loosen this bolt right here. Alright, so I'm going to use a wrench on this one right here. It is a 14. Just want to loosen it up just a bit for right now. And then, like I said, you go through here. There's another, looks like a 12 millimeter nut on that. Let me get a different extension. There's a 12 millimeter right there, and then there's a 10 millimeter on back here for the tensioner. Hope that's long enough. Like I said, it's already loose. Once it's loose, you can just do it by hand. And then we're going to take these two 10 millimeters off the top. Go to the top power steering pressure hose. I'm going to go grab my electric wrist. Make sure you have a drain pan underneath to catch everything. I'll just set this over to the side. Then I'm going to take this hose right here off. It does have a hose clamp on it. I'm just going to tuck this up out of the way. Now, that's the 12 millimeter right here. Just more like a cap nut almost. That just holds the tensioner to the bracket in the pump. Alright, there's your 14. And she'll slip right out of there. Like I said, it was leaking on the bottom right here. Right in there. I did a pressure test and it was coming out on that case right there. And plus, this hose right here just moves around and it's not supposed to. But we have to take this pulley off right here too and transfer it over to the new pump. So to take this off is a 19 millimeter. We're going to use our impact right here to knock it off real quick, and these are reverse threads, so make sure that you are taking it off the correct way. it should just slide right off. So here are our two pumps side by side, making sure that they are the same thing. Like I said, this one was leaking. Shows a little bit of wear right here on this seal, and it was coming out on the bottom as well. But to take this off, you're going to have to take this keyway out right here. We'll have to remove that and install it on the new one. Just got a hammer and a little punch chisel. We're going to just tap her out. Trying to do this so y'all can see it. Yeah, just tapped it a little bit and it come out right there. And there it is. Focus. Right there. So now we're going to set it in place, and I'm just going to tap it in with the hammer. Just make sure you don't hit the threads with the hammer. I just hit it on there with the wooden handle of the hammer. Now I'm going to thread the nut back on. Remember, it is reverse threads. I used the impact, put it on, and yeah, this one's a whole lot tighter now. Alright, got the plugs out, got the pulley on. Now we're going to go back and put it on the car. Alright, so got it in here. I'm going to start the 14mm first, just so I have it in place. Then we're going to start the 12mm now. And this is the hold down clamp bolt. And whenever I get a chance, I'll show you on the old pump where that little bolt goes. But now we can put this on, and we can start tightening the tensioner and get the tension on it. You want it to be tight, but you want it to have some give to it. Alright, that should be good right there. So, go ahead and tighten this up all the way. And we can tighten up that 12mm as well. Then there is an O-ring on this right here. Let me go get a pick. Alright. Get a pick under this and get this O-ring out. There's your old one. Here, there's a little bit of fluid in there. I'm going to lube it up. That's on there. We can start these two 10mm bolts. Those don't have to be crazy tight because you can actually mess up the threads in this, because this is just a aluminum housing. Alright. Now slide the hose back over and tighten your hose clamp. Normally there is a cruise control unit that sits right here, but this one doesn't have it. So you would normally could take that out if you wanted to, or you could leave it, but since this is out, it does make it a lot easier to get the stuff on this one. But that's everything on putting it back in, and we're going to fill it up with some power steering fluid, which there's still some in the reservoir, and we'll let it cycle and try to get all the air out. You can vacuum bleed it, or you can do it with the old way of turning the wheel lock to lock to make sure it cycles through. But we're going to do that here in just a second. Alright, I want to spray everything down with some brake cleaner to kind of clean everything off. First I'm going to move all these tools. I know some of y'all are probably going to say, oh, you're not supposed to spray the belts down with brake cleaner, but it's been having power steering fluid leak on them for a while, so I'm probably going to change them all soon anyway, just because they are starting to swell, especially the alternator belt right here. Alright, now you can feel the ridges on the back side of it, but I'm going to change that one probably here soon. But like I said, that's pretty much everything on changing a power steering pump on one of these engines. So if y'all have any questions, comments, or anything, please feel free to leave them, and y'all have a good day, and like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.